A very good evening to all the participants. My name is Dr. Vignesh. I'm part of the National Digital Library of India team, and we are one of the co-organizers of this 25th Silver Jubilee P.N. Panikkar National Reading Digital Reading Mission Month celebrations. And we have been organizing a series of webinars. For the past 3 days, we have organized webinars on various topics related to reading, learning, and evolving nature of reading. And yesterday, we had the session on the NDLI user awareness session. And as I was mentioning to you yesterday, many of the academic institutions, statutory bodies like AICTE, UGC, NBA, and currently the CBSE has also mandated it to start an NDLA club in many of in all the educational institutions. And in that context, it's very critical importance and role of NDLA club and its role in reading and learning. So for this, I have my colleague, Mr. Bibash Kumar Samanta, who is one of those very humble, soft-spoken, very helpful colleague who is here with us. And Bibas has over 20 years of industry experience, and he has been with the National Digital Library of India for the past 4 years, and he has been supporting the team in almost all the areas of work. So without much ado, I request my colleague Bibas to start the session. Over to you, Bibas. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and joining today.
Thanks, Vignesh, and it is really pleasure to be part of P.N. Panikkar Foundation programs. It really, it gives me real pleasure to talk to you and present National Digital Library today evening. And thanks again for joining in. I can see huge number of people joining in Zoom as well as YouTube channel. So thanks again for your time. So today I'm going to talk about primarily on what NDLI Club is and how it is going to benefit both students, faculty, and how it is related to the reading and learning activities. So let me share my screen. So quickly, I would talk about our National Digital Library, then the scope of National Digital Library Club or NDLI Club as we speak. Then I'll quickly go through the different process like how to do the club registration, how to do add members, and what are the responsibilities for the club authorities. I know many club authorities from different institutes, schools, colleges should be here. So I'd like to touch upon that. Then I'll touch upon like what are the events that you'd like to organize as part of the NDLI clubs, and then definitely what are the benefits for the students and the institutes. So before I go further, I think yesterday Dr. Vignesh has already discussed NDLI, but for those of you who have not been part of yesterday's session, quickly, NDLI is a massive repository of digital library. Very put it simply, everything you get under one digital library, you go to www.ndl.gov.in. It's a massive national and international level integration of different resources. So it has more than 7 crore content in different books, literature, papers, articles, etc. And it is accessible 24/7, so which is the biggest advantage. And it hosts different content. It hosts video, audio, image, simulation. Lot of during this COVID time, lot of the students are stuck into the home, and they don't have real access to high quality education. They are definitely connecting. So we provide those high quality educational material as part of the National Digital Library. And the best part is that, since our India is multicultural and multi-language, so we try to cover as many language as possible. So National Digital Library is part of different interfaces. We have Hindi, Bengali, Gujarati, Maratha, Tamil is also there, Kannada, Odia, Telugu, Malayalam, and Assamese. And not only so, majority of the content I talked about 7 crore content. Majority of the content would be free and open. That means you can read, share, and even contribute if necessary. So, what is the NDLI motto? I think the whole of National Digital Library. The motto is that how do we make it all inclusive, whether the students and the teachers and the learner are whether they're living in the city, whether they're living in the village, whether they're living in urban area, whether living in remote area, does not matter. We want to include everyone. That means whether irrespective of your social status, irrespective of where you live, irrespective of what you can achieve, so that there should not be any divide in terms of the learning. Because if you want to learn, we would give you a platform from where you could learn and grow. Another very important motto for National Digital Library is open. That means we try to bring it as much content as possible, which can be read, which can be shared, which can be modified. It's not that you have to always pay restricted material which you cannot share. That digital learning, or in fact learning, cannot be restricted to a particular group or particular set of material. So our whole motto is that how do we bring in lot more content which are open, can be shared. We having said that, we respect the copyright and IP rights. That's why all the material which are available as part of the National Digital Library are either we have a permission from the respective author or publishers, or those are open which are given as part of the free to NDLI, or we have agreement for that. Now, what is available in the NDLI? Very quickly, you probably get anything that you want as part of your learning. So we have 7 crore material content which is available in 400 plus languages. It's extremely popular, by the way. If you have not registered, you should do it right now. We already have 58 lakh registered users. It's one of the biggest digital library, across the globe. And we have 747 sources. That means they are the contributing organization from where we are bringing in the content. So I'll come back to that, like what are the sources which are available. Now, in terms of the type of content that we have, we pretty much cover a majority of the content which people are studying. So this is a quick list of the content that that is available. So computer science, we have maybe 1 crore 64 lakhs. Philosophy and psychology, we have like 6 lakhs. Then we have religion, social science, language, natural license and mathematics. We have a huge content, close to 1 crore on mathematics and natural science. Technology, I mean, you might know NDLI is kind of developed by the IIT Kharagpur team. So we are, being from the technology background, we try to make sure a lot of the technical material are also available. So we have, from the technology, we have 1 crore 27 lakhs of content which are available. But having said that, we also have a focus on how to bring in more content from arts, fine, decorative arts, literature, history and geography. And one thing that you might ask, that whether all the content would be free or not in NDLI. I would say no. As I mentioned, we respect the copyright, we respect the IP. So we do not make all the content free, but majority of the content uh, we categorize the content into different buckets. So the open content means you can freely access, read it, share it, you can modify it, you can publish it in your own platform. So it's absolutely open. So that contains a major chunk, I would say 5 crore 11 lakhs material. Then another content which is very interesting, that like if you go to the South Asian archives, you have to pay kind of annual subscription charges there. But what, as part of the National Digital Library, what we have done, that we have taken what we call national licensing. That means, if you go and log in through National Digital Library, you don't have to pay a single penny. You get the absolutely free access to, let's say, South Asian archives, paper and journals. Similarly, World eBook Library, again, a huge repository of pretty much literature, old heritage, and mostly copyright-free books. So those are also, typically if you go from outside, you have to pay monthly subscription charges. But as part of the National Digital Library, what we have done, we have taken what you call national licensing. So that means if you log in through the NDLI, if you create a login, then you are eligible to access those books and study material absolutely free of cost. So we call this national licensing, and as part of that also we cover a huge amount of content. So as you can see on the access rights, both open and NDLI access category, probably 75% of the content are available as part of this access free. Now, in terms of, there are other, many of you might ask that if Spinger journal are available or not, or there are other journal. Many of the journals are very, very costly to, to subscribe. So we have a kind of what you call extract is available. Full text is not available as part of the NDLI. But if your university has access to that from the NDLI only, you would be able to get that because that would have institutional access. Now, again, then who would be the target users for National Digital Library? Definitely, if I look at range of content, so for the school institutions, both higher education and the PhD guys, so we have one of the primary focus of National Digital Library to provide the learning material, as I mentioned. So in terms of the study material, you have access to, let's say, lecture slides, video classes, notes, paper assignments. In fact, for the joint entrance exams, we have one of the biggest repository, like in terms of we have created a specific team which are creating different material which can be given free to guys who cannot afford, let's say, costly 10+2 joint entrance private tuitions or material. So we have, in terms of joint entrance, we have exam papers, we have 20 years question answers. So all are part of the National Digital Library that you get. Now, being an hosted and managed by IIT Kharagpur, we also have a huge focus on the research and professionals. So in terms of other faculty publications, like we have a very extreme tight integration with the Shodhgandha. So that means any paper that is published in Shodhgandha, you can access it absolutely free from National Digital Library. Similarly, we have a lot of other journals and periodicals which are available as part of this National Digital Library. So this is single window. Having said that, you also get access to a lot of the literature, local language, storybooks, nighttime reads, like we have a massive support of English language literature from Shakespeare and others. So those are part of that. So, and we have a very nice way of putting it. You can go to the ndl.gov.in and you can look at yourselves. And quickly, in part of the National Digital Library, see, we try to bring in content from different institutions and private entities. So all major, the renowned institutes are very happy, and I thank them for contributing to us. So we are happy to tie up with almost all major Indian institutes, top IIT, NIT, IIS, IISc, and IISER, and IIMs. And definitely we have, apart from that, we also have tie-ups with private like Microsoft, LibriVox, so that you get a, so for you it is a single window that you go to ndl.gov.in and you get all your learning material and resources. So let me just start a very short video so that that gives you a quick glimpse of what NDLI is and what we are doing.
Our former world, our way of living, went away in a matter of weeks. These are not just lines and numbers. Within these numbers are our loved ones. Within these numbers are our friends and family, our work, our livelihoods. Within these numbers are our people. Extraordinary times call for extraordinary effort. We are the National Digital Library of India. This is our story. Sponsored by the MHRD Government of India, the NDLI's mission has been to create a national knowledge asset, a single window knowledge repository available in 10 Indian languages that will transcend the barriers of geography and language to deliver quality education and create effective learning environments for students across socio-economic strata. Every year of the NDLI's growth has been a steep and diverse learning curve, where unexpected opportunities brought unforeseen challenges. Standing today, the NDLI has more than 35 million contents delivered through multiple platforms. It has more than 5 million users from across the country, learners of all ages and from all places. When the virus hit India, the NDLI was uniquely placed to digitally unite the world's largest democracy. On 24th March 2020, 900 universities, 40,000 colleges and 1.3 million schools across India went under complete lockdown. As a country of 1.3 billion, we lost not just lives but also livelihoods. At the NDLI, we had not seen darker times. Our actions never felt as important. Unforeseen challenges bring unexpected opportunities. The devastation in the Indian economy called for countrywide adaptability. As gatekeepers of India's knowledge economy, our mission was not just to evolve, but to transform overnight. Our first response to the pandemic was the rapid rollout of the Study at Home segment for schools and universities. A national COVID research resource repository soon followed for students, researchers, and entrepreneurs across the country seeking to hack the crisis. Next, we released exam preparatory for schools, colleges, and entrance exams. We parallelly ran a nationwide crowdsourcing of educational material, social media outreach programs. Our 48 million strong repository was overhauled into an EdTech service platform within a matter of weeks. A feat that would have perhaps been impossible had our motto not been open and inclusive since inception in 2015. Our COVID transformation journey has been driven on the back of day-to-day agility, moving from a repository focus to a service focus. Our resilience in the face of mass closures of educational institutes was met with thunderous solidarity, as daily page views grew 5 times to 100,000, and users ranging from school students to educators and lifelong learners started tuning in to hashtag #FightBackCovid-19. Public and open access to quality content has always been our core value. At our hour of greatest need, we could open our doors wider because of our open source platform, content, and policies. As India fights COVID, the NDLI is serving at the front lines as a knowledge partner. Looking back at the overhaul of a 48 million plus metadata mammoth into an agile, service-based AI platform in a period of 60 days, our hope is to ride this transformation to further scale and social relevance. The new face of NDLI aims to educate, enable, and empower so that not just a privileged few, but all India can learn, share, and grow despite the crisis.
So let me go back to my presentation. And so as you've seen, like this is a massive exercise that we are doing as part of the National Digital Library. You might have got just a quick glimpse of what we are doing. Now, I think if you look at the whole structure, um, what we are doing is more like, we are enabling resources so that people can get all their learning material in one place. So which is National Digital Library. Now, question is that how do we really, take it to the institutions and the colleges where the students reside, and they should know and they should use it much more than what they're doing now. Because while we're doing it, we have 58 lakh users, but we definitely wanted to take it to the core of the institutes where the students can get access, they could benefit. So as part of that, I think what we have started is like, we have started creating what you call a virtual concept called National Digital Library Club. What is a club? That means the club is an kind of, in a place, if you think about generic term, club is a place where people go and they talk to each other, they create an environment, and then you could do different clubs. You could do science clubs where you do discuss about science. You could do literature club where you discuss about literature. So India Like Club is an, I would say, an open online platform for conducting any learning oriented activities. It could be poetry, it could be literature, it could be anything that you'd like. And where are we really trying to create the club? I think at the core of the students where they learn. So it is, we are trying to create club at the schools and the colleges and the institutes. I mean, it could be higher education institutes and the schools. That is a major focus. And what are you trying to achieve? I think as as we talked about in this forum, where PN Panikkar Foundation is really trying to create a reading month. Why not read for the whole year? And for NDLI, why don't we do it on a continuous basis? So the whole purpose of NDLI Club is to promote the culture of reading and learning using vast resources. So you already have the vast resource in the NDLI, but not only that, you might have an educational resource into your colleges, into your schools. You could have external resource person who would like to deliver something through the NDLI club, so that the students of your institutes can benefit. So the whole purpose of club is to again promote the culture of learning in a more structured way. And as part of that, the students also can enhance their core competence and sharpen skills, not necessarily only in the academic skills. You could also sharpen skills in extracurricular activities. You sharpen skills in terms of personality traits, leadership, etc. So the whole purpose of creating an environment where the students can thrive, and as a result, the institutions can also benefit of creating an environment for the students. Now we, for this, similar to, we are working online. So we have created a completely online website called club.ndl.itkgp.ac.in, where this is single point resource. All the activities can be done. The institutes can register. So no physical interaction would be needed. So this is part of the club. Quickly, I'll just quickly give you some glimpses. I know many of the institute persons should be here for them. So in this club, institutes can register their institute as an NDLI club. In fact, recently AICT has mandated all their affiliated institutes to be part of the NDLI club. So this is so important, and they think this is going to be the biggest you know uh, this is going to provide the biggest kind of benefit to the students and the institutes. So institutes can register the club from the online portal itself. I'll come back to like what are the specific steps. Once they are registered, they can log in to the club to manage the event. They could create the event. They could deliver their lectures to this. Students can sign up from here. Then definitely one of the platform for the students is to come and see what events are ongoing. So everything can be managed from online from the club sites. Now, for the institutes who are present here, if you are thinking that how do you register the club, it's a very simple process, by the way, and it's absolutely free of charge. There is this is both NDLI and NDLI club are funded by Ministry of Education. So we are just trying to facilitate the the way of learning through all these activities. So to register a club, you need to identify minimum 4 patrons. Again, this is a little bit formalized because this has been mandated by Ministry of Education, and AICT is kind of looking at the registration. So this is bit of formal. So patron has to be the head of the institutions. Then there has to be a president. It could be any HOD, faculty, or librarian. Secretary is very critical. I think they would be, or he or she would be really interacting with the students, internal and external stakeholders. And then you could have some executive members, both faculty, students, and researchers would also be there. And as part of the registration, I think one of the first requirement is to that all 4 members has to be part of the NDLI club. And then we have a quick process of the registration in this document. You can go through this link, or you can go to the club website, you will get all the details. Now, the registering of the club is very simple process. Log into the club website, then click on the registration. You create, once you log in, you would probably see your institute there. Pick up the institute, see if all the contacts are there or not. Then upload a couple of images. So you want to, you want nice images of your institute so that others can see. And then I think update at least the all 4 club authorities. It is not restricted to 4, by the way. You can have, we have seen like 16, 20 club authorities which are getting registered. And then once you register all the like name, designation, ID, email ID, which is important because all the communication will go through email and phone numbers. Then from the system, it will generate an authority letter, so that the principal or head of the institution will just sign that authority letter, and the soft copy has to be uploaded. So once it is uploaded, we'll approve it and you are done. Your registration is complete. Congratulations. You get, what do you get as part of it? You get a registration ID, and you also get a unique pass key, so that all your students can register as part of the club using this pass key. This is very unique to the institutes once you register. So these are the very 2 critical factors. So you can quickly look at your registration number, and you can see the pass key. And what you should do, that pass key should be provided to all the students and the faculty and other members of their institute, so that they could join. So the NDLI club is an entity where all the members of that particular institute are supposed to join. So this pass key is very unique to a institute. Like, so you cannot really pass on your pass key to other institutes, because they would have their own pass key and students would be registered to their respective institutes. So how do we add members? So it's very simple. So the moment you register, the email ID would be going to you with the detail of the pass key and registration number. You can also log into the club website, and you can exactly see that registration number and the pass key. Then you can broadcast the QR code in email, WhatsApp, in your digital notice board, normal notice board, so that all the students and faculty should know that what is the pass key, because that is very unique. And then the club members simply use their email ID and the pass key as part of this. Now, the moment somebody registers to the NDLI club, they would also be registered automatically to NDLI. So you don't need to go to NDLI, because we are part of the NDLI platform only. So the moment you register to the NDLI club, you would be able to access all the NDLI content absolutely free, and your registration would be done by default. So this is the quick glimpse of how you do, like once you have the pass key. And I know many students are asking that, how do I get my pass key, and how do I know if my institutes have been registered as a club? So you can check with your institutes. I think we already have, I think 2000 plus institute registration. If your institute has not been registered, just talk to them. It's absolutely free. They could come online and just register themselves. It's absolutely free, and it takes just a day. I mean, it takes a couple of minutes, but if you want to get the authority letter, etc., within a day you can get registered. Your institute can get registered. Now, a lot of the institutes, I know that it is very popular. NDLI is extremely popular in your zone, specifically in South Zone. We have see huge number of registration. So earlier, many institutes have their what do you call bulk registration ID, so that once you have new batch of students somebody from institutes could register all the students to the NDLI club. So many of the institutes have bulk registration. But remember that bulk registration and NDLI club registration are completely different units. So if your institute is part of the AICT, then you need to get the registration immediately, because AICT end of year renewal would require the NDLI club registration numbers. So once you register as a NDLI club, your institute will get an unique key. In case of bulk registration, there is no unique key. In fact, NDLI, registration is more of a individual registration, so that you have an access to the content. So and if you as a student and as a other faculty members, if you are just member of the club, you would be automatically registered to the NDLI. You don't need to do anything else. Make sure that you get the pass key and check with your institutes. As I mentioned, both higher education institute, that means colleges, and the schools can also be part of the NDLI club. Now you might be thinking that, okay, what are the then club does, and the institutes who are present here, the members, principal, they are thinking that then once I have registered, what are the actions that I need to do? As I mentioned, I think the all we need you to facilitate the culture of learning. So what you can do as part of the club operations? So primary objective of the club is to conduct different learning oriented activities, training, workshop, lectures, competition on a regular basis. So as a result, you create an environment where the habit of reading and learning can thrive. I'm repeating the word reading and learning because that's very critical. We are in a reading week, but so reading and learning come hand by hand. So you should always create an environment. This is an kind of the enabler of creating the that environment. And definitely the guys who do not know, you should promote NDLI to your friends, to your different institutes, and others. And I know that many institutes, they already have some clubs, like they have literature club, they have robotic club, they have coding clubs. So all these can also be part of the NDLI club activities. Like if you're doing some activities as part of the, let's say, robotics club, then you can jointly do that. And so NDLI club platform will enable that you invite all your students to that club, so that when you are creating some event, let's say, you are doing some hands-on exercise on robotics, you can invite the students from your institute, and you can give the training. And similarly, you can also, if you are expert and you can contribute to the other institutes, then club platform has an option to what you call invite expertise from others. Like, so we have the event conductor or event performer, which could be part of other institutes, and you can invite the experts from the other colleges, institutes, other fields, so that they could deliver lectures right through this club platform. Now, what are the responsibilities for the club authorities? Like, even though there could be, as I mentioned, there could be multiple people which could be part of the club authority, but I would say that there are four major, positions that we called the club authority patron. Typically, the head of the institute. It could be. So I know the patron would be extremely busy being head of the institutes, has multiple tasks to take care of and manage everything. But still, I think one of the major responsibility of patron should be to facilitate the functioning and monitoring of the club. So because and resource allocation, because in an institute, I know that there would be, always there would be demand for the right resources, and that's why we request patron that they should, at least for the NDLI club, they should take care of allocating the right resources and make sure that the club do not suffer from resource crunch. Then president, extremely critical, critical authority or position. So as part of the NDLI club, as I mentioned, one of the major objective is to conduct different events, typically learning oriented events. So you should monitor closely how the club is functioning, if there are any bottleneck or not, and definitely provide the technical and academic guidance. So that is very critical, because the secretary, which is typically the librarian and others, should be running the actual day-to-day function. So we need the guidance from you, sir, to make sure that they are getting the right directions. You should also suggest some events, identify speakers and performers for the club, and which is very crucial. And if you have some influence of some great speakers and educators, you should definitely invite them to your institute, so that the students can benefit. And in general, we recommend that for an institute, you should make sure that there is an event calendar which is prepared in advance, so that that can be followed, and all the planning and exercising can be done based on that. Then next, secretary, the most important position in club authority. So secretary is going to do the actual running of the club, and making sure everything is getting done. So organizing events, appointing reviewers, appointing event conductor, collecting feedback. Another very critical role of the secretary is to make sure that communicating with all the stakeholders. I know many of you are connected with Bignesh and India Like Club. You are also need to connected to the all different internal faculty to do the training. So I know it's extremely critical position, and that's why we recommend that you should allocate some time for NDLI club. And then executive members are there to help secretary and others to actually facilitate the operation, because running the club would be multiple activities. So help secretary to organize the event, and executive members should be mostly students, then guided by a couple of faculties. They would be kind of helping all the do the groundwork, and definitely being part of the students. They can mobilize students to conduct certain events, attend the seminars, do when possible physical seminars, etc. And definitely communicate about NDLI to your college and schools and your other institutes and colleges. Now we have all been talking about events. So what is an event? By event in NDLI platform, we always mean that it's a learning oriented activity. It could be anything. I mean, it could be, as I mentioned, it could be, you could you know uh, create a coding competition. You could maybe give some lectures on how to create maybe a camera, or how to look at the sky and identify the stars. It's up to you. Anything not necessarily has to be linked to the academics. So any learning oriented activities which could be interesting to the students of the institutes, you can do that. And that only requirement is that when you are doing the event online, that has to be conducted as part of the NDLI platform. So that NDLI platform provides an complete facilitation, so that the students can get their participation certificate, students can get reward points, and then a lot of other benefits are there. I'll come back to that. And the events can be both physical and online. Now, I mean, we are stuck all in COVID, so there is no option for physical event, but when it opens, you can do the physical event, but you can definitely do the online events. And there is no restriction. You could do the events on Zoom, Google, YouTube, MS Teams. You pick up your choice and then get done. And the type of events, I think we all have been talking about events. So the type of events can be, specifically three types. The local events, so which are again managed and conducted by the institute level clubs. So if you are creating a club in your schools, then you should try, do it a local event which the members from your schools can participate. Similarly for college, it is only for the within the boundary of the school students or college students and faculty. Then there could also be multi-club events. So that means that involves, let's say you are doing a quiz competition within the south zone, within the both in terms of schools or college, or maybe you are doing an spell bee competition in the school, maybe class 9. All those would also be possible through a club platform, so that we facilitate multi-club events within a zone, within a specific district, within a specific geography. Or then we also plan to conduct the global events. What is global events? That means we create a series of events targeted for all the students. As I mentioned, we already have as part of the club, we already have 2,200 plus clubs, and I think as per the latest one, I think 2,74,000 students which are part of the club already. So this is a huge platform where we could collaborate with both students and the external educators. So if somebody wants to do a soft skill training to the students, they can come and we can do a global event. Maybe a lot of the this is an kind of for the engineering colleges, this is in campus time, both engineering and engineering colleges. So a lot of the people are asking that how do we really face an interview. So we are looking for the educators or the HR person who could teach us that how to face the interview, what are the tips for the interview. So all those would be part of the global events. We are again planning a series of events both in terms of the engineering learning workshop and stuff. So things are definitely going to unfold in next couple of weeks. But if, as I mentioned, as part of the of this seminar, if somebody is interested to do seminars or some learning oriented activities as part of the NDLI club, please write to us. We'd be very happy to check and then if possible do that, because all you want is that so that students can learn as absolutely free, and we are looking for kind of contributor who could really contribute. I know many of us would like to contribute so that to the benefits for the students and the institutes, and that can not necessarily has to be through only academic courses. That could be anything, extracurricular activities and stuff. So all those would be part of the global event, which would be driven primarily by NDLI and NDLI club, the central management. Now, event planning and promotion, very, very critical. As I mentioned, the whole NDLI club platform um, would like send all the notification when you are creating an event. It's going to send a notification to the students. But typically when our institutes plan certain events, we not necessarily restrict to one communication platform, which is NDLI club. You are free to create a poster and send it to all the students. In terms of the other communication like institute email, institute WhatsApp group, you could upload it to the Facebook, so that when you really create an event, you want to publicize and then want students to join and get benefit out of it. And then as part of the events, it should definitely be lecture series, quiz. So there is no limit actually. In fact, yesterday me, Vignesh, and our team are discussing that what kind of events that we could plan, and we are getting a lot of suggestion actually. So those you can do whatever you like, and then our platform will provide that option to you. And whatever you think that your students are getting benefited, so you could do that. Now, what are the event outcome? As I mentioned, as part of the platform, you could conduct different type of events. You could maybe conduct an event where some original writings are needed. You would expect people to write short stories, novels, interesting ideas. So you could do that. Absolutely, there is no limitation. So whenever you expect something out of an event, we call it event outcome. So that means it could be write up, it could be poster competition, it could be novel. A lot of the institutes are asking whether they could publish their internal magazine or e-magazine through the NDLI club or not. Yes, you can do that, because this is really matches the requirement. So any event outcome can also be be part of this NDLI club platform. Let's say you do some poster competition, and all the outputs the students can upload directly to the platform, and you can have the event reviewer to review it. So then, as I mentioned, event reviewer can review the outcome, and even you can assign certain marks. We call it reward points, so that at the end of the maybe one year period, students can see that how much reward point I have achieved. Then very critical for the students that once student participate in certain event, we make sure that you get a certificate of participation in PDF form. So for every event that the student participate, the club will provide a certificate of participation, and this would be very useful specifically when you are, for the students. I'm saying that when you are, attending a seminar on, let's say, on computer science or in your subject, then that is going to give you a real edge on others. And we definitely have the reward points based on, let's say, if you give some nice novel or you write some extremely good poetry or posters, then if the event is planned like that, so the best students will get the best reward points, and at the end of the year we will calculate, and then you'd get recognized. So our plan is also to recognize the best institutes who are performing the most intense activities into the college and promoting. Similarly, we are going to recognize all the students and the club secretary and executive members who are doing the right thing and they're promoting it. So definitely that is one of the part. And as part of the club authority also, let's say when you create an event and if you want to give a quick summary of, let's say, how the event was, how many participant was there, and what do we have an option to upload the event report. So you can write a short report on event, and that our platform will facilitate, and you can upload that event report to that platform, so that we can keep a record, and that also counts. Now, the most important thing you might be asking that, okay, I understand that NDLI club is what you're going to do, then what are the benefits for the students? I think before I go to the benefits, I think we have started this club website couple of months. I think we have been doing the club activities offline so far, but within a couple of months, the moment we have started registering online clubs, we have seen students coming in and joining in batches. Like we have seen institutes where 900,000 students have joined the club within just a couple of days. So students definitely see benefits. Now, what are the benefits? Why they are flocking to the clubs? First thing, that this is a learning platform, and we want to make sure that you learn something new. That may be academic, that may be extracurricular, that may be soft skill. You learn something new. So enhance your existing knowledge, skill set, personality traits, and leadership qualities. So if some of the students want to conduct certain events as part of the event program, welcome to that club, and you can do that. And we have seen, like, specifically, let's say, if somebody is creating certain circuit, you could provide a circuit diagram, and you can teach how to really create the circuit and whatever it is. Now, definitely as I mentioned, every participant will also get a certificate of participation by joining the event, again, which is give you a credential that yes, you at least have learned something new. And you get reward points. So if you are correct, if you are doing a lot of activities, if you are giving right answers to the quiz, and we want that to be recognized. So we award the reward points as part of the event. And definitely, once you become part of the NDLI club, you also become part of the NDLI. So you get access to thousands of online resources as part of it. So that's real benefit is there. Now, what are the benefits to the institutes? I think yes. So institutes are there for the students. So as part of the NDLI club, what you are doing, you are creating a vibrant environment where the students can not only achieve the academic excellence, but they can also pursue their other interest. You could definitely be academic interest, but if they are interested in some science experiments, if they're interested in maybe robotics, if they're interested in literature. So as part of the NDLI club, you are promoting that, and not necessarily you are restricting them. So you are creating an open atmosphere where the students can learn, and they grow as part of both personal, kind of in personal interest and hobbies. Then again, coming back to this P.N. Panikkar Learning Weeks, we were really creating an culture of reading and learning as part of this. And since we expect the club to conduct at least 10 events in a year, so you are doing it regularly. So the students are benefiting and they are really seeing some activities for the club on a regular basis. And definitely one of the, I would say the major objective or part of the byproduct would be that students benefit immensely from the vast online free resources at NDLI. So as part of the club, you are really promoting the NDLI, and NDLI itself has a massive resources of different, reference books, material, all the NPTEL lectures are part of it. So you are definitely helping them to come to a platform where if they stay in the platform, they learn something new, both academic as well as extracurricular activities. And remember that National Education Policy 2020 also requires that activity learning should be promoted by the institutes. So if you are doing NDLI club, you are doing one of the requirement for, or you are fulfilling one of the requirement which is required in NAP 2020. So you are a step ahead of other institutes. And another thing that, as I mentioned, I think if you are part of the AICT, then AICT has mandated all their affiliated institutes to be part of the NDLI club. So you probably, you have to do that anyway. And as part of that, once you do that, you probably are doing your NIRF ranking better because you are promoting activity-based learning. You are, complying to the all the regulations, and you are taking your institutes in a higher level. And I think we have done lot of the institutes, which are doing more than 100 events in last year, and even within couple of months, I've seen people doing multiple events to the platform. So just a quick summary of what could be the best practices for the club. So one of the best practice for the club who are one of the best performer would be that create a monthly, quarterly, and annual event calendar. So for the NDLI club, you could really create a dedicated calendar that, okay, this month I'm going to do this event, and then I'm going to assign this person to conduct the event. So you could really do a prior planning, and execution would be much more easier. And then if you are already having some certain other activities related to the other clubs, as I mentioned, robotics club, science club, make sure that they come under the same platform so that you can increase the club activities as part of combining the activities together. Then one of the obvious thing is to make sure that uh, you should promote the culture of reading to the students and encourage them to actively participate. So that is very crucial. And you can conduct different type of events, so it depends on you. Since the local events are institute level events, we have seen for the management, you could do, like, let's say, case study, paper presentations, role play, other thing that suits your college. Similarly for engineering, you could do engineering oriented stuff, or it would leave up to you to conduct. So we are not restricting anything. And one of the best requirement, or I would say suggestion for the institute, should be to provide certain incentive for the faculty and the students who are actively working for the club. Because as you have understood so far that working for the club would take some time out, and I know everyone is busy in the institute. So if you can recognize them, not necessarily this has to be a monetary recognition, but find out some novel ways of recognize them so that they are doing something for the institute, there's something for the society, there's something for the students. So this is a dedicated effort, I would say community effort that they are doing. We should take some time out, and if you encourage the club members, they are going to thrive and excel, and definitely do a regular review meeting. So coming to end of the slide, I think we have seen a massive response in last couple of months. I think we just launched this online club a couple of months ago. Even though, so within that, I think we already have about 2,277 clubs which are approved, and we have massive requests which are coming in on a daily basis. Then we have, I think, uh, uh, 275 members are already registered for the club. You can see some of the, so these are some of the images before the COVID time, but mostly we are doing online events. And And I would encourage everyone to kind of be part of this exercise, this part of this revolution where we are trying to democratize education and learning as part of this exercise. So with that, let me stop here. Do visit our club website and NDLI website and reach out to us whenever you have any questions. We have support email club_support@ndl.gov.in. So thanks again for joining in, and I really see people are still this is late for you, but thanks again, and I really appreciate your time for joining the session.
Thank you so much, Vipash, for this wonderful presentation. Participants, now we can take up a couple of questions. So you may want to stop the screen, Vipash, so that you come on the screen.
Okay, sure. Okay.
So there was a question which I saw. So where will these events will be conducted? That's one of the questions from one of the participants.
Okay. I think, as I mentioned, the events can be done both online and offline. So as part of the NDLI club, you can, let's say, do a Google Meet session, or you can do a YouTube sessions. You could pick up your own platform. Only thing, when you are creating an event so that the students get certificate, you have to create that event into the club platform, and you can give the Google or YouTube link onto the club platform, and all the student members will get a notification. They would join the event, and there are a couple of procedures in the club that you should start the session, finish it, and then complete it, so that after the event, students get the certificate, which is very critical.
So Monisha, we will give you the link where you have to submit the feedback, then you will get the certificate. So kindly be patient. Don't flood this platform with a lot of messages. Only questions you put it here. Kindly, if you have questions, kindly put in your question.
Okay, any other questions?
There's a comment from one of the participants, like it's a lengthy process in the club to create and conduct an activity. So your views on this, Vipash?
Yeah, so we were definitely working on that, and everything would be sorted out. So tomorrow we have a session to take up questions on the NDLI club. Feel free to join us from 11 to 12:30.
Okay, there is a question or suggestion from Ms. Chinmayi, as you have rightly mentioned, regarding incentives to the club members. Could the NDLI Apex team arrange to generate certificates for president, secretary, and 4 executive members?
I think, yeah, so we are working something, because we definitely want the best clubs to recognize the best performing club, and definitely all the members. And as part of the club, when you register as a club, you are also entitled a registration certificate. Once you conduct the first event, or once you conduct an event with 100 participants, so the club should also be like to get the registration done automatically. So that would also be generated from the system itself. That can be automated. So we are working on different models where we could recognize the clubs and secretary, and we really thank you for all the librarian and the head of the institution specifically. We have seen a massive response and very positive feedback from them.
Okay, so there is another question from Mr. Prasanjit Paul. He says, I can't generate certificate, what should I do? Many students not got reward points but get certificate. Kindly tell me, what should I do?
Okay, remember that the reward points will depend on the platform. I think so far we have NDL awareness session had been done, and then that does not give a reward point. But if there are other thing where you could give the event outcome, then that would allow you to have some reward points. And for the student participation certificate, the institute need to finish and complete the event. So in the platform, there is an option to complete. The moment they complete, you should be able to generate the certificate. It's a very simple process. If there are anything, you can just write to our support. They will help you with that.
So there is a question from Ms. Darshana Gopinath. Is there any limitations for the number of children?
No, the club does not limit the restriction. In fact, the more we have, it is better. And in fact, we have the institutes where we have thousands and thousands of students are part of this club. So typically, once you create the club, we expect that all the students should be part of this NDLI club so that they all get benefit depending on the resources. Because if you are doing some engineering oriented resources, maybe people from this from maybe art or culture background, they may not like to participate. But when you create an event related to the arts, then you would have another set of students which might participate. So that's why we recommend that try to include as much students as possible, and when you create events catering to the interest of the people, then they would throng in to join. We have seen
Okay, so there is a question from Mr. Dinesh Chandra. He is asking whether individual librarian can join or register for NDLI club, if my question is right. So then I think individual librarians currently, it's primarily, NDLI club is primarily for the educational institutions or learning institutions, if you put it correctly. So maybe individual librarian currently is not allowed. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, so individual, if you can always be part of the NDLI club, but the individual level registration, there is no scope for individual registration into the club. But if your institute, I would request your institute to become club, and then you become part of the executive member, actually, club authority. And there was a question I could show that whether IB schools be part of the NDLI club. Yes, there is no restriction that NDLI club only be for the CBSE or ICSE or government school. It could be anybody. I mean, again, this is a concept and the platform to spread education and spread the habit of reading and learning. So as long as you spread that, it could be anywhere. So any schools, any colleges of any affiliation can be part of this.
Okay, so one final question, I think, Mr. Musharraf question. Your question is whether Jadavpur University is part of an NDLI club or not. So kindly send us an email. We will be having to check in our database. Then we will be able to let him know.
So I think there is a question from Nilesh Chopra. We are a group of 87 schools. Definitely we want to be club. Yes, we welcome, sir. Just drop us an email or contact Vignesh. We would be definitely working out with you to all the protocols, and so that you become part of the club. And we want all the members to be club. I mean, so anybody who wants, most welcome to join as a club, and we'll be very happy to accommodate everyone. I mean, again, coming back to the week, we are assembled here for PN Panikkar Foundation, and the whole idea of connecting here is to spread education, and what she has done all through his life. So let us make sure that yes, we take part in that, and remember we are doing a community service, and all some of our who do not have the privilege to get access to the quality material, make sure that we become part of this and spread the education to the remotest corner of the country.
Okay, so this person has been sending this question again and again. The final question: why mandate only college librarian and libraries, as it's for one library for entire country of? Okay, so this, we are not mandating it only for colleges. It's for every educational or learning institution, be it schools, colleges, ITIs, polytechnics, what you call college teacher education. So every type of educational institution, it's mandated by the Ministry of Education. Individuals can always join the National Digital Library of India and make use of all these learning resources that are available in our repository. So for joining NDLI Club, as my colleague Bibas explained, first, your institution should be prepared with 4 key authorities. They have to be patron, president, secretary, and executive member. Once 4 of these members are identified, then you have to go to a NDLI Club page. So you can easily navigate it from the National Digital Library of India portal. On the top, you will be able to see NDLI Club. Just click there and ensure that all the 4 members are registered in NDLI first. That is very important. If they are not registered in NDLI, then they will not be able to part of the NDLI Club, right? So, and there is a question, is there any charges? There is no charge. You don't have to pay a single penny for accessing these resources or for joining this club, right? So it's one of the free or I would say like highly useful at no cost to any institution, right? So that's what we will do is we will, if required, you can send an email to our club-support at ndl.gov.in, if I'm right, Bibas. Yes. So kindly send us an email. I will just type it in the chat box. We will share the feedback form after the session is over. So don't worry. Club-support at ndl.gov.in. So I've just entered the email ID. So kindly send us, and if you have any query, kindly send us an email, and our team will respond to you with all the necessary information, right? Thank you so much, Bibash, for this excellent session. Much appreciated. I think I could see at least 260 people have attended here, and another at least 100 people might have attended from the YouTube. And Balagopalji is also here. Balagopalji, you may want to propose the vote of thanks. Go to Balagopalji. Kindly unmute yourself, sir. Balagopal sir, kindly unmute yourself. I think he's not able to hear us. So maybe anyways, we will close this session. I'm going to share the feedback form URL. So in case if you have not registered yourself, because there was one query that she has not registered for the session, will she be able to submit the feedback? First, register yourself. I have just shared the registration URL for this webinar. So kindly click on the first register yourself for this webinar and then submit the feedback. Once you submit the feedback, you will be automatically able to download the certificate of participation, right? So you don't have to wait. You can just directly download the certificate of participation, not just for today's session, even like for the past 3 sessions. If you have submitted the feedback form, you will be able to download the certificate of participation anytime, right? And apart from this, tomorrow we have the session on evolution of knowledge resources, and by Dr. Dr. P. Perumal. I think he was last year also present with a wonderful session. We are hoping to have a session on evolution of knowledge resources over a period of time, how the knowledge resources have taken shape. That's going to be the topic. That's going to be an interesting topic. It's tomorrow's 26th June from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And I'm just sharing the registration URL for that session also. And I request each one of you to register NDLI mobile app. So I'm just going to share the URL for NDLI mobile app in the chat box just now. Kindly do not put any thanks message for some time so that everybody can download the. And also I request there is a scholarship that is available from the CADES for skilling. There is a skills for work scholarship. Kindly you can enroll yourself. Also request your friends, family members, school students, colleagues to join this, avail this scholarship also, right? And for YouTube viewers, I will share it, put it in the comments box very shortly, so you can submit your feedback form and then get your certificate. With this, we are going to end this session. Once again, thanks so much, Bibash, for this wonderful session. Thank you.